Hey there, what's going on? I'm A-Dub on Dubs and welcome to my channel, Skate Shit. Today's episode is all about wheels. I could talk about wheels all day, all night, all year round. Like it's seasonal. But there's so much to talk about with wheels. But I'm going to try and condense it down super simple. This is how I go about buying my wheels. And I hope that it will help you in your wheel purchases and considerations as well. Your wheels are probably your most important thing about the skates. Like aside from having the skates overall, like the boot and all that stuff, the wheels are gonna be the most important thing to consider when going to skate. If you have any questions that are like more in depth than what I cover in this video, feel free to drop a comment down below. I love responding. I do not respond to foolishness, but I love responding to your questions and like comments and everything. So real quick, present Ariel here. I was editing the video and I realized I forgot to mention something super important that I wanted to make sure I put out there. So a lot of times I see when people ask do you need to get new skates if you have the wrong type of wheels for a certain type of skating, like whether you're indoor, outdoor, rink, park. No, you usually don't need to buy a new pair of skates. You just need to change the wheels out. Just make sure they're compatible. Most wheels will be compatible with the skates that you have. Now, the more modern skates tend to be made with the same type of sizes for axles and things. But yeah, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that you don't always, or you usually don't need to buy a pair. You usually don't need to buy a new pair of skates in order to change your wheels. So just to note that. Sorry if I sound congested, I'm getting over a cold, but yeah, we'll get right back to the video. Just wanted to put that out there, all right? For reference, these are your wheels. I just have to put that out there. These are your wheels of your skates. You have 4 of them on each skate. So 2 per truck. 1 in the front, 1 in the back, 2 wheels per truck. That's 4 wheels on each skate. If you're buying wheels, just make sure you pay attention because sometimes they only sell them in sets of 4 and you need 8. So just your friendly reminder, buy 8 wheels and save yourself a lot of time. Because I've bought 4 and I was like, hey, I don't have enough wheels. Most roller skate wheels are made out of polyurethane. So most of them, not all of them. There are some really crazy wheels, but most of them are going to be made out of polyurethane, and that's just a really durable plastic. With wheels, there are 2 things super important to consider and to understand. If you don't understand anything else about wheels, these 2 things will get you to the place that you need to get. If you've seen a wheel, you've probably seen this before and just either whoop, or just was just okay, cool. As an example, I'm going to use this wheel here. This is a luminous wheel. It lights up. Yes, wheels come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, whatever. Like I said, there are 2 numbers that you usually want to pay close attention to when buying wheels. This here says 62 mm. So any number, you'll see a number that has the mm for millimeters. And then you'll also see a number that has an A. This is 85A. What these numbers mean are 2 things. The millimeter tells me how large the wheel is. What is the diameter of the wheel? Diameter meaning across the surface of the wheel. So just to show you all, 62 millimeters. I have a ruler. I don't know if you can see it, but if you can see that, there's the 6 and the wheel comes just slightly beyond it to the 2. That lets you see here that this is indeed 62 millimeters going across for diameter. That tells you how large is the wheel. In comparison, I have a wheel here. These are Moxie Fun Days. These are 57 millimeters. These are 57 millimeters, and the ruler, I mean, I'm not even going to bother with it. It's a clear ruler, but this is 57 millimeters. This is 62 millimeters, and you can see the difference in the size of these wheels here. Now, with that number, the millimeters, there's a spectrum that these go by. So I think the smallest is around 50 something, and the largest goes up to, for roller skating, the largest generally for quads would be about 65-ish, maybe 62-ish, in the 60s. So generally between the 50s and the 60s millimeters. That's where you're gonna find typical roller skate wheels in terms of the diameter for the sizing. And depending on the type of skating that you're doing, you're going to want to pay close attention to that number. Most of my wheels I generally use are 57 millimeters. For example, my Fun Days, my Park Flows, Radar Energies, they're all the ones that I use are 57 millimeters. I think that is the size I'm most comfortable with. It really just depends on you and the type of skating that you're doing, but for a rule of thumb, and generally I would recommend 57 millimeters to start. Once you get into like for example, the gummy Moxies are 65s. Once you start getting up that large, that's going to be like outdoor skating, maybe speed skating. But then if you get any smaller than that, then that's usually like artistic or really specifically indoor. But it really just depends on the type of skating that you're doing. So there are a lot of charts out there, a lot of like different resources to explain it a bit more in depth. But just for like a general thing, high 40s to low 60s, that mm is going to be your diameter. It's just telling you how large the wheel is. Second number, all right, back to our luminous wheel, is going to be this here. So any number and then there's an A next to it. As you can see, mine says 85A. And what that A tells you is the hardness or the number with the A. The number tells you the hardness or the softness of the wheel. And why does that matter? What the heck do I care if my wheel is hard or soft? They feel the same to me. So it's a huge difference, trust me. Say for example, I have my 78A Moxie gummies. The 78A are super soft. They are grippy, meaning they're going to stick more to whatever surface you're on. They are more absorbent, so like shock absorbent. If you're taking these outdoors over trails or cracks, they're going to like eat more of that, so you don't feel it as much in your body. Like they make it more comfortable to skate on rougher surfaces. In comparison, I have a pair of Rollerbone team skates. These are 101As. These are hard. These are hard. Well, they're hard. They're slippery. They're less grippy. So I use these at the rink specifically, indoors at the rink. That's what I prefer to use them for. I don't use them for anything else. And I'll tell you a quick little story. So before I started like buying different types of wheels and like just really experimenting, I stuck to Radar Energies. I stuck to them. I still live by them. I love those things. They're a hybrid wheel, which that's a whole different story. But okay, real quick. Hybrid wheels are very versatile. So if you have like if you're just a general skater, like overall, that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Like hybrid wheels are great, and Radar Energies are my favorite types. So before I got these hard wheels for like the rink, I was using Radar Energies. Those are 57 millimeters and they are 78A hardness. So that's like kind of in the middle of the spectrum, not too hard, not too soft, just like nothing special, like nothing specific, like nothing, not catering towards anything specific. So I would use those everywhere I went. I use those outdoors, like just skating in general, at the park and at the rink. And at one point I was skating at the rink with them and a guy came up to me and said, "Oh, can you tell you're having to put in more effort, like to do what you're doing?" Like I was doing some spins and stuff. And he was like, "You're having to put more effort into it with those wheels." And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know what you mean. He said, try a pair of harder wheels. And he recommended the Rollerbones to me, which I see so many people use. But when I got them, I used them and I completely understood exactly what he meant. So just for like just a quick example would be, And this isn't like specific, but say for example, I use my radars, and at the rink I can get 3 spins, 3 rotations, and a spin. With that same effort on the roller bones or like the harder wheels, I could get 6 or 7 rotations. So it was a huge difference. I like was afraid of slipping everywhere, and I do slip. I'm not gonna lie, I do slip. Because they're less grippy, like you don't get that traction, but it takes so much less effort to be able to do the moves that I was putting so much into beforehand. And I honestly, I'm not looking back at the radars. I don't look back to like softer wheels for the rink. I highly recommend trying hard wheels for the rink if you're wondering. Anyway, so it really just depends on you as a skater. There is no like rule book that says you have to use these specific wheels for specific skating. However, specific wheels do help that type of skating more. So get park skates if you're going to, get park wheels if you're going to the park, or indoor wheels if you're going, hard indoor wheels if you're going to the rink, or, you know, there are general wheels for just things. And like, if you don't care, you can get like general wheels. I still use my radars. I love them, but it does make a huge difference understanding the diameter and the durometer. Oh, I forgot to mention, that softness, that the hardness and the softness, that's the durometer. I forgot to mention that before. But you'll see that a lot if you're looking for wheels. The durometer is indicated by that number with the A next to it. So those two things, super important to understand and consider when buying new wheels. I think that's going to conclude this video. I hope it was informative, but yes, that is about roller skate wheels. You have the diameter, millimeters, and then you have the durometer with that A, that number, and then an A next to it. Yeah, that's the video. I am A-Dub-on-Dubs. Thank you for... Oh, I'm back into my Instagram. I was locked out for a while and I'm back in, so we're back in business. So if you want to stay up to date with me and skate shit, you can subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, you can hit that like button. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the weather, go skate, drink water, stay hydrated, I don't know. But until then, I will see you. Bye.